ICJ start hearings on Myanmar's Rohingya genocide. US blacklists head of Myanmar military for rights abuses against Rohingya. Bangladesh starts fencing Rohingya camps. The International Court of Justice opened a historic 3-day hearing on Tuesday into accusations of genocide brought against Myanmar over the military's brutal 2017 crackdown against the Rohingya Muslims in northern Arakan. The hearings are based on a lawsuit filed last month at the United Nations-sponsored court in The Hague by the African nation Gambia on behalf of the 57-member Organization for Islamic Cooperation. Gambia is accusing Myanmar of violating the 1948 Genocide Convention. All that the Gambia asks is that you tell Myanmar to stop these senseless killings, to stop these acts of barbarity, Gambian Justice Minister Abu Bakar Tambadou urged the court in an opening statement. Tambadou, a former prosecutor at the tribunal into the Rwanda's 1994 genocide, said Myanmar's military operation involved mass murder, mass rape, and mass torture, children being burned alive in their homes and places of worship. The Gambia is seeking emergency measures to prevent further harm to the Rohingya pending a wider case at the ICJ, which could take years. The U.S. Department of the Treasury on Tuesday designated 4 Myanmar officials, including the Army Chief, for human rights abuses in the country's Arakan state. The department's Office of Foreign Assets Control (OFAC) released the list of global Magnitsky designations that sanctioned Commander-in-Chief of the military Min Aung Hlaing for his role in human rights abuse. The United States on Tuesday blacklisted 4 Myanmar military leaders, including the Commander-in-Chief, in the toughest action taken yet by Washington for alleged human rights abuses against the Rohingyas and other minorities, the U.S. Treasury Department said. The sanctions targeted Commander-in-Chief of the Burmese military forces Min Aung Hlaing, Deputy Commander-in-Chief So Win Than Oo, a leader of the 99th Light Infantry Division, and Aung Aung, a leader of 33rd Light Infantry Division, the Treasury said in a statement. Some analysts and diplomats have tipped Min Aung Hlaing as a potential presidential candidate at the next election in 2020, when Nobel laureate Aung San Suu Kyi's National League for Democracy is likely to face opposition from nationalists aligned with the military. His political ambitions could be damaged by the sanctions, as well as earlier U.S. travel ban and Facebook's decision in August 2018 to remove the Army's chief page that had been his main channel of communication with the public. The latest sanctions freeze the U.S. assets of the military leaders and prohibit Americans from doing business with them. They were previously barred in July from entering the United States. Bangladeshi military has started erecting fences around camps housing hundreds of thousands of Rohingya refugees despite complaints from community leaders and rights groups. An AFP correspondent on Tuesday saw troops in military fatigues erecting pillars for barbed wire fences around one large camp at Balukali in the southeastern border district of Cox's Bazar. Bangladesh's Refugee Commissioner Mahbub Alam Talukdar confirmed to AFP that construction had begun but declined to comment further. Army Chief General Aziz Ahmed said late last month that Army engineers had begun erecting the pillars and that the military has placed orders for barbed wire. The Rohingya refugees are already forbidden to leave the camps. New checkpoints on the main roads leading to the camps stop Rohingyas and send them back to the settlements when they try to travel to other parts of Bangladesh. It has imposed a blackout on high-speed internet in the Rohingya settlements, confiscated SIM cards and mobile phones used by the Rohingya refugees. The move to construct barbed wire fences has been condemned by Rohingya leaders who said they would create a panic among the Rohingyas. It will restrict our movement. We have to walk a long distance to get food rations from the authorities, said Muhammad Hashim as he watched troops digging holes for pillars. The children won't be able to play anymore. Earlier rights groups also condemned the move, saying the fencing could transform the camp camps into a big prison. The Bangladesh government shouldn't turn Rohingya refugee camps into open-air prisons. Barbed wire and guard towers should be reserved for criminals, not people who fled Myanmar to escape from mass atrocities, Brad Adams, Asia director at Human Rights Watch, said in a comment to AFP. The Bangladesh government now risks squandering the global goodwill it had earned when it allowed the Rohingyas to cross into safety, he added. UN experts have expressed serious concerns about these restrictions. Local resident Abdul Ghaffar, who lives near the Balukhali camp, also complained. The pillars erected for fencing were constructed on the locals' paddy field. Many locals living here will also be trapped inside fences, he said. For more videos, please subscribe our Vision English YouTube channel.